Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back to the Joint Dota League, season number 5? Season 5? I think. It's season 5 or something. Yes, it is season 5, ISP Revolution 5, joined by Ruptur for Truesight TV, and it's IntZ up against the house, which is down. Ruptur, how is it going, man?
Well, if the house is down, you know what to do. You need to jump around, and never get down. And jump. That's how the house is down. The house of pain, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes,
well,
of course.
I don't know. The house of pain. That would be a good mixture, actually.
Oh my goodness.
Pain Gaming, for any reason, these bands and THD wants to merge with them. They need to call themselves the House of Pain.
The House of Pain, yes.
And
if they ever play each other, we've got to come up with some ridiculous Photoshop of House of Pain, but with ADR's face or something. I don't know. Yes,
exactly. And they need to be playing Jump Around anytime that they're gonna play that. Anytime that there's gonna be a match from them, that song needs to be playing on the back end.
Yeah. Anyways,
make it happen, damn it, internet. You're good for a lot of things.
It'll be happening. Anyways, this game should be very exciting. It's a best of 2. For some reason, it's not ticketed. I think Join Dota didn't quite have enough admins to go around, but we're going to be covering it nonetheless. The house is down, picking up Witch Doctor Clockwork for their first 2, and IntZ picking up the Axe right off the bat. They banned out Shadow Fiend and Sniper, 2 of those mid lane dominators. And then the house is down, banning out the Enigma, and they're about to ride there. What's your thoughts on this, Ruptur?
Well, let's see. Bad Rider, classical peek into the Brazilian Dota in particular. The rest of Latin America is a little bit more reserve, a little bit more. They try to play a little bit more of a niche style of as a hero of a more niche hero, I would say. So I mean, I don't disagree with this. Black holes tend to synergize really well with the style of play that Brazilian Dota in general does have, which is really high pace and specifically really relying on huge ultimates into what it is, huge team fights in the mid game, and that sets the tone for the rest of the match. So I'm alright with the houses down.
Yeah, I've always said Brazilian Dota, it's kind of the best of both worlds. You get the fast-paced action of Western Dota, but you also get some really good farmers. For instance, I mean, speaking of ADR, just one of the best farmers in the world, in my opinion. Right up there with the best of them, no matter what PPD says. Anyways.
Yeah, I feel like what happens with Brazilian Dota in particular is they implement the knowledge that they have. They implement it in a certain way that is very organic for them.
Exactly.
It flows naturally.
The only problem they can run into is transitions between phases of the game when
exactly,
getting out of that pure aggression phase and into the farming phase. You can run into a few hiccups there, and that can be a problem, which is where we see teams either made or broken, pretty much. Earthshaker and Skywrath Mage out now for IntZ Esports. They'll pull out the Lion for their first support, a very nice hero to have, of course. And the Vengeful Spirit banned out for the House is Down. And this is not the House is Down you know and love. This is the new House is Down. Pride, Crazy, Suggest, Straff, and Billy is, I'm assuming, just standing in for them. He's never been tied down to any team. But he's always been that one ringer that's there for anyone and everyone when they need it.
Yeah. So he's like the demon of the South in that way of ringing,
Except for that Demon has actually committed to a team before. This guy is always just ready to jump in.
He's like the eternal mercenary. Oh,
yes.
Crap.
He will play for anyone and everyone, pretty much. And he is very talented at support. I've even seen him play core a couple times, and it's not too bad. They're going to pick up the Chin, and I want to go ahead and say this is Billy's hero, if it's not for IntZ. And IntZ, they've actually stayed with a bit of the same lineup. They did trade around with CMB a bit, so they actually have ACC on the team now. Fuzzy and Dudu, though, they're classics, and I have no idea if I know Dudu's mom actually watches a lot of his games and supports his Dota. If you're out there, good to hear from you, etc. Her and Fuzzy's girlfriend have been so just polite to everyone in chat, and just a shout out to them. This is taking me back to my roots. But we're gonna have Slark coming up for IntZ Esports, and well,
It's a
if you
Slark.
can't beat him, join him. I mean, it's Slark. He's hated, but not so hated that you don't pick him, you know?
Yeah, I mean, and pretty much just to fulfill the analogy that you were saying with the houses down, so since it's a new roster, so pretty much what you're trying to spitballing me here is like the guys took the house, destroy it, and now they're moving to a new house and bring it down as well.
Yes. I do want to say, though...
Pretty much like a frat house.
Their performance so far hasn't been amazing in JDL Season 5. It's been really shaky so far. I'm trying to pull up the right roster.
You could say that the house was poorly built.
10 seconds.
Yeah, kind of. Where is the Join Dota League, actually? JDL Europe. Or America. Wow, not Europe. 2.3. Here we go. We got this. The house is down is sitting 2-8 at the moment. With
ouch.
Team Pineapple, which I believe disbanded or something? Maybe not quite. No, they're just 0-12. Okay. But IntZ Esports is sitting at a very respectable 5-5. So it'll be interesting. The final play days are definitely coming up for these matches. So this week I'm probably... I mean, what is it, the 6th? Yeah, 10th is Monday or something. Tuesday, maybe. I'm probably going to be covering most of these games, except for some of them happen at the exact same time. We might even get Truesight TV too on that, because I'm on spring break this next week, so, yeah. Troll Warlord also banned out by the houses down, but they picked up the Invoker Rupture. And this is a hero who is not too hot, as I'm sure Quantum will be able to tell us once he breaks free from his Statsman silence during the draft.
Well, remember that when you're a Statsman and you're in the draft, if you start popping text into it, it looks like crap.
Yeah.
Because the sliders are all fucked up. So yeah, it's just like...
The hotkey doesn't work. You have to do it like through the console and everything. It's just not fun. So, yeah. But anyways, Templar Assassin picked up by IntZ. I mean, you're looking at
delve into the Invoker here.
A weak Invoker pick, right? Like, a hero that hasn't been doing too well, and Templar Assassin is a very strong laner. May not be a popular pick nowadays, but can definitely dominate her lane.
Yeah, I mean, she's strong in the meta influx in general, just because a lot of minus armor strats are really strong right now. I mean, especially with the picks of the Axe, you know, a Dazzle is not that rare to see. What else? Vengeful Spirit gets picked every single match, or banned, in this case banned. So here's the deal with Invoker. The Invoker could either, if it goes for Exort, it's going to be really clunky for them.
Yeah, he's not going to have the health to withstand
could
TA.
Pin down the Slark just by sheer amount of burst damage.
Also, the AoE that comes from Aquas Wex will do very well against TA.
Now, but that's the thing. The TA was a pick after the Invoker got picked. Yeah. So I'm kind of surprised by this. But I think it's a pick that it's gonna force the Invoker to play Quaswex pretty much. So if that is the case, it seems to have some ace under the sleeve, saying, okay, if you're gonna go with Quaswex Invoker, we already are prepared for this.
They need a hard carry though.
If he doesn't go for that, the Templar Assassin is just gonna blow his face off.
Yeah, they'll ban out the Medusa, and I could see that being picked up by IntZ here. They could still run, and this is why the Medusa is such a good ban. They could run a Medusa mid against TA, who can do okay against her, especially if she levels Split Shot and plays it outright. She could actually burn Refraction while she's farming, but it's iffy still. And then run the Invoker safe lane, as many of the Brazilian teams like to do, but
10 seconds remaining.
We'll see. Who's the carry for the houses down there? We're running low on time.
Spectre would be a possibility here, especially because you're playing a rather defensive lineup. I mean, it has a good rotation potential, but in mid game is gonna be really defensive lineup outside of the Clockwork, because you have a chance, or the chance, you know, you have heals, you have a lot of sustain. It's kind of defensive-ish in that regard. And I feel like a Spectre could abuse of that really well, especially because she's really good to chase down the Slark. If you know you manage to catch him by surprise, you know, if you start engaging on the Slark, get a quick gank on him. He just blows
Oh.
everything. All right.
Okay,
What's
okay.
up? Holy moons! That girl with all the junk on the trunk.
Yeah. The junk in the trunk.
Very
and,
Brazilian.
the trunk
actually,
is
now
going to
that I
be
think
bringing
about
out.
it.
Yeah, quite Brazilian, actually. Oh, but speaking of
Well, that's not
junk in the
Brazilian.
trunk, Broodmother going to be coming out. I mean, if you're into that kind of trunk.
Oh God.
I personally am not, but
Well,
some insects are.
someone or something might be into that.
Yeah. I'm not a big spider guy myself. I'm not, like, terrified of them, so I'll be okay looking at Brood. But, yeah. Anyways. So it's a junk showdown. Or a trunk off? I don't know. Let's go ahead and introduce the teams, though. On the Luna, sporting what looks like a Batman helmet. I'm just...
Oh
Okay.
God, is that sad?
What is this set?
Yeah, that I
Luna.
no. That's the only
Nova.
Luna set I have seen that I'm saying like no, just
Why so
No.
serious, Luna? By the way, thank you again for Quantum Stats joining us here. I am... Yeah, this is a big no on the Luna set, but
yeah. That's just
she's wearing it with
when
pride,
you
and
see some other stuff for the Luna, 10 out of 10. This is like a 0 out of 10 and just more.
0 out of 10.
Unless you're Japanese, you're not gonna enjoy this.
Yeah.
Speaking of Japanese, look at the chance mounts, by the way. I
Yeah.
don't know. It's a big pig, and I don't know. I found it funny in Japanese for some reason.
I don't get
Anyway,
why
let's
those
go through a
Japanese
lineup
are sure.
before the action just start hitting
Yeah,
up.
before I go off on another tangent with Comet, we do have Straff on the Witch Doctor. Mayo or Billy, of course, on the Chin. We've got the Crazy on the Clockwork. In the mid lane, it's going to be Invoker, played by Suggest. And last but not least, well, Mrs. Junk in the Trunk herself, Bat Luna, played by Pride.
Alright, and actually the Luna already committing a salve into this lane already. On the side of IntZ, we're gonna have ACC with the Broodmother, the other lady on the trunk. Fuzzy is gonna be the lady on the, well, the lady with the secrets, I would say. So Fuzzy on the middle lane with the Templar Assassin. Doodoo is gonna be with the Axe. Doodoo. Pick 160 games per praise. 70. Oh god, that win rate is yeesh.
What
And
was
you're
the win
right,
rate? I didn't even read it. I feel like an idiot.
71 to 91.
Ooh, it's
71
not
wins,
great.
91.
I mean,
Yeah.
I actually thought it was worse than it turned out to be, so...
I mean,
But it's still
you
not
do need
great.
to count. You do need to count the Chinese matches, which they do play Invoker
That's
in a
true.
rather. I mean, it's a hot pick still there, you know.
And due to time zone
Especially with
differences,
black.
I don't usually get it.
Yeah. But also, just to round it off, Cap is gonna be with the Lion on the safe lane doing the double pull here, and 225 with the Slark is gonna be the designated carry for IntZ.
Yeah, and this will be a very good carry against Luna. Since Luna's very squishy, she may have a bit of AoE, but it does rely on them being able to see Slark. It's not gonna be like Queen of Pain's AoE that will just hit no matter what. Unless you phase shifted or something. And actually, Straff getting harassed out here. ACC getting a bit aggressive here. Actually went with a poor man's shield on the Brood. Usually you don't see this kind of thing picked up, but when they know that they're already dewarding, they've got a sentry out on Brood right now, they don't want to play around with that. However, Billy here is already got himself hands on a Satyr Killstealer, and has himself a pretty juicy stack there. He won't get another stack on it just yet. A little late on the timing, but very nice move there, at least trying to get it. And actually, I believe... No, he didn't kill a creep in the process. Meanwhile, he... Oh no, that suggests with the Wexort build, actually. So, glass cannons all around for THD.
Oh, crazy.
ERW has never been done.
Jumped in and then quick cogs and bye-bye.
Yeah, he kind of built himself a trap there. But IntZ 225 is going to fall down with the first blood. Sorry for missing that, guys. By the way, big shout out to all our viewers. This is Truesight TV, which I should actually fix the overlay as well.
Oh
I've got it. You can find us on Facebook and on Twitter at Truesight TV. Let me throw out the follow link there.
Yeah, and all that happy things, so many happy things.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Yeah, IntZ going for a more defensive build that you would normally see on a Brood Mother. But considering the sheer amount of right-click damage that you're gonna be facing, especially with a Chen and a Witch Doctor, because Witch Doctor doesn't really... I mean, the main source of his damage,
Is
at least early on,
well,
is
yeah.
not gonna be magical. It's just physical. Because the melee... If you're not able to deal physical damage, with your right-clicks, the melee does absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
And on top of that, you have a Luna, which has, really strong right-click just because of the aura. And the Chen, again, as I said, like really strong right-clicking potential on the centers and whatnot, so...
And on himself.
I like it.
I mean, he's got 57 damage. That's nothing to cough at, really. I suggest with this very innovative skill build, he's doing okay mid. He's 11 and 8 up against TA's 14 and 10. He's just a little far behind, but with this early alacrity, he'll actually be able to burn off TA's refraction by just right-clicking, which is somewhat useful. If she melds and she just wants to stand there, well, he's got Sunstrike, and what easier target to hit than one that is literally just sitting there.
Also, he could pop a really low-level EMP.
Yeah.
In order to, mitigate some of her laning potential, just limiting those refractions. Yes, it's a level 1 EMP, so it's not the greatest thing in the world. It's actually quite, But considering that you're going for Exort and you have a lot of intelligence to play around with, I think you're able to sacrifice some mana in order to, equalize the situation on both carries and, burn through maybe some bottle charges that the Templar Assassin wouldn't like to do, but she will be forced to.
I will say that with this much mana, I really like getting a value point in Quas. Now, I have an awful win rate with Invoker, but just in theory at least, for one thing, it'll tank you up a little bit. For the other, you have access to all of your spells right now. So,
yes.
I mean, sure, you're focused on dealing damage, but you can deal that damage anyway. The Crazy actually could go down again as he gets leashed, gets hit with an Earth Spike, and Lion will actually clean that one up. He's going to be headed back to base, I believe. Sunstrike comes out, won't connect, though. He was headed straight back toward the tower. Uh-oh. Yeah, a dive coming in on ACC. He has the... Oh, he's gonna live! God. Do they have detection? They have a sentry, but do you really want to place a sentry this deep below the El Gato? Where are you going, buddy? Okay. Super El Gato just diving tower, He's got his cape, he'll be fine.
It's, El Gato thing, just, oh, there you go, there's your sentry, and now just fly away.
Yeah, was it an extra sentry? No, it was dust.
Actually.
Okay. Which is going to be much better for these kind of base dives. But again, with Luna, with this aura, and with the Shin creeps, they'll be able to take this tower very easily.
And yeah, so just actually, pun intended, took your suggestion and actually got a one pointing quads. Usually what happens is that with this particular build, they actually get the pointing quads before the Exort one.
Yeah.
In order to, get early Forge Spirits and a quick Cold Snap just to get, a good leg up onto the enemy mid laner. But still is the same thing. Honestly, I would say a Wex Exort build could be interesting to watch, if anything. Especially because of the fact that, this could really pack the meteors, particularly the meatball coming from the Invoker could pack out some really, really good damage. Thanks to the extra levels in Wex. Not because it adds up damage per se, but just the range of the meatball is going to be huge.
Theory, at least. Oh, shit.
If you level it up properly.
Sorry.
Therefore, you have more potential to actually deal, the DPS that you really want to.
Okay, sorry, I'm trying to add a mod because we have Brazilians going a bit crazy in the chat. Not that it's any bad thing. We love you guys, but sorry about that random burst of me talking more. I actually really like this Forge Spirits Invoker has, but yeah, you were saying about the meatball being very good early on. I've seen this build go for Mask of Madness a lot. Your attack speed's already pretty high, your damage is pretty high. It's a glass cannon. I mean, why not hit even faster? Well,
go high. Yeah, because anyway, the Invoker, even with a really tanky build, he's mediocre at best, just taking damage. Like if you rush Quas and just get like, I don't know, like a Necro, and on top of that like like a Lincoln's and even a Harden, your hit points are not that great. And actually, the price is gonna fall here to ACC. Just the Swarm getting, you know, a good old Surf Rush, a good old 9 pull into what it is, the Luna, and well, it's just gonna go for the tower straight ahead. In the meantime, bottom lane actually quick attempt to re-engage. Yeah, they actually lost a slot.
Oh dear, Fuzzy's in trouble. He's actually gonna get cogged up. They know where he is though, and they can find him with the dust. Took a second there for Billy, but
back.
Fuzzy did have an invis rune that he popped, oddly enough. Dudu will get a centaur maybe for his troubles? Not quite. He does have mana for a dunk, but I wouldn't really waste it on the centaur at this point.
I'm not sure how about IntZ respond to this. I mean, they just start going one by one here, you know. They get the kill on the Slark, and now they're just TPing one by one. I mean, the Slark came, then the Templar came, and then she died as well. Then the Axe came, then now the Slark returns again. It's like, dude, at least try to coordinate to just jump at the same time. However, they're making a hell of a space, like quantum physics level space for ACC. Look at that top tower, man. Just get minced.
Oh yeah. And here's the meatball. Now this is where it comes in. Spider extermination squad over here.
That's actually a really good idea as well, you know, getting a sword heavy invoker just to deal with the Broodmother.
Problem is, that's on a 45-second cooldown, and there's already more spiders back up. He can get last hits all he wants. I mean, I do want to point out that Suggest has insane levels of farm right now. Now, some of those are spiderlings, of course, but still.
Yeah,
but
at
the
same time, you do have Deafening Blast on as well as a reserve, so you could hypothetically clear waves while one cooldown is refreshing with the other spell, right? Just like throw a meatball, and in the meantime, when you show up with more spiders, I'm just gonna throw a Deafening Blast into it, because Deafening Blast deals a pretty good amount of damage as well.
Especially when you're leveling your Exort, I believe. Yeah,
it's damage with Exort, so.
Deafening Blast Meteor will wipe the spiders out, for sure. So
continuously, that's the most important thing.
Yeah. I mean, they're on long cooldowns, and he's going to have the mana, but he's doing very well. They actually will dust, but they don't catch the Brood. Oh, no, and the Crazy misses his hookshot as well. This is not looking great for them. The Greed, IntZ is able to get away with it. That's what's so crazy here, is that Dudu has been jungling Axe, and let's be honest, he's done practically nothing for the team, and they're getting away with it. Now, the problem is, Suggest with the fast Midas, about a minute ahead of the average here for Invoker on 6.83. And this is where Invoker gets out of control. He's got 1,400 in the bank as well, Rupture. Like,
going 16 now. I wouldn't be opposed to a quick blink, but to be honest, I think that a Shadow Blade would do more work. Just because with a quick blink versus a Cheng is not the ideal thing. Instead, like, the Shadow Blade could actually save your life. At the same time, you're double dipping into invisibility. Oh, nice jump from Dudu. Three-man call, sorry. And then now maybe you're just getting...
Oh, but Straff on the back ledge with the Witch Doctor. Oh, he's going to get one. Can he find another? He won't, but it looks like he actually will with the Maledict there. Fuzzy is sitting here. He's going to be found out, buddy. Well, the secrets won't protect themselves, but your secret has been found out, and he will drop as well. It's a 4-man wipe for THD. Broodmother, the only one surviving, but she's not just sitting back in the lane. She has at least taken the tower. The face tanks. Clockwork alone actually is doing really well. Axe versus Clockwork, though, Axe has fallen off big time. So Clockwork definitely looking to be in a dominant position this lane. He doesn't have any kills, but he's at least helping the team out by getting 6 assists already this early in the game. That's an assist every 2 minutes for him.
And ACC actually manages to finally fall there and take the streak of the Witch Doctor with him, so it's kind of worth for the Broodmother. And also, she dealt a crap ton of damage to the to the tower. Like, God.
Yeah.
I mean, considering the sheer amount of damage that this Broodmother did to this top lane is pretty much significantly, like, I would say, like half of the damage that THD did as a team on the team fights that they were fighting for. I would say, you know, at least half of that it just got dumped into these towers, and now THD needs to play really, really, I'm not saying safe, but really like on their heels, because they cannot let that Broodmother just pretty much just go ham onto that 3 tower.
They're gonna have to have those TPs home and everything. One more time.
They lost the whole buffer in the top lane, pretty much.
Yeah. They have nothing to stop her at this point, except for coming and TPing back, and if they don't TP back as quickly as they did that time, that tower will be gone. And from then on,
also,
it's easy racks.
I mean, what's the trade-off for them? Yes, you won like 4 kills and such, but most of those kills went into a Witch Doctor that then ended up dying to the Broodmother that's destroying your base, pretty much. And you know, the score is 6-7, so even then, with 4 kills just given up by IntZ, it's like, well, we're still kinda even in the kill department, so in some weird way, we have, we're ahead.
Yeah.
And yeah, Invoker going for Necro.
Yeah, it's the push build. I mean, if Brood's gonna push hard, why not push back?
Yeah, of course.
And with this much high damage, I mean, having a Necro unit there kind of wards off potentially AoE use. Now, there's not much coming out from them on the side of IntZ, but Slark's Purge, Templar,
the level 3 is going to be amazing.
Maybe the level 3 will be insane here
for the Truesight particularly. Pun intended. By
the way, this is Truesight TV.
Yeah, of course, because you will be able to deal with the Templar Assassin relatively easy. You know, with the Necro minions. On top of that, you're going to see
blown up.
That's other target.
I mean, this is where they're doing good. They're focusing down the Broodmother. Oftentimes, you see Brood just pretty much given free reign of the jungle at this point. Shen won't have none of that. No.
Well,
they're not going to put up with it. And they've shown that they're not going to put up with it. Brood, at this point, kind of needs to take another lane and take a tower, but the problem is, it's not that easy to do at this point in the game. And top tower is going to be falling.
And no to what you were saying, because yes, they're focusing the Brood, but they're focusing her now. There's like, yeah, we're not gonna take your aggression now. But
there's already a problem.
She already did the work there. Oh, is that Slark? Oh, the Sunstrike! Oh, nice Ion Cannon there by Suggest. Sharp.
Yeah, can I get that Dota Cinema Toasty emote real quick? The Sun's fan face.
Or we could just ask like Nigma or one of those guys just to get us like a full MLG 420 dubstep montage.
We just need that on a button.
And I'm gonna reveal him as well. So
yeah, and he's gonna run.
Nowhere to hide.
Hook shot. I wouldn't have used it there personally, but Fuzzy has no mana. He's got a he has a meld, and actually, very nicely done.
Not bad. They do lose the axe as well.
Yeah, which is unfortunate, but
he actually tried to initiate it, if I read this properly, but I don't know, I think that was a little bit too ambitious from him, especially because he didn't saw the rest of pretty much the whole crew.
Yeah.
I would assume. So, I mean, IntZ had a really good head start entering into the mid game, but they're just, you know, they're just going a little bit too ham on things, you know, and they're spreading themselves a little bit too thin. I mean, considering that you're playing with a Broodmother, you already need to consider that you're trying to win teamfights 4 versus 5, right? Because the Broodmother is going to be split pushing, duh. So when you're 4 versus 5, the worst thing you can do is just to split them individually. Even though you're nearby, I mean, if you're splitting individually, just means like, well, you're more prone to actually get, you know, picked off, and then it's just gonna be like a domino effect in that regard.
No one has ever done this in the history of Dota. TA has never built BKB in her first item in 6.83 Pro Play. It has only been built 4 times on the hero in 6.83 Pro Play. I mean, this is a really good point. Oh dear, where was that? Oh.
That was a quick jump from Dudu again, and then he just got casket in the front, and the whole Chen army just trampled him. So, yeah. That happened again. And I just feel that it's the thing with IntZ. They're just going a little bit too ham, try to get pick off themselves, but they end up actually getting picked off.
Yeah,
pretty much the hunter becomes a hunted here.
And taking a look at the matchup in Join Dota, THD are actually favored by about 60%, despite them having less great stats than IntZ. Which is a bit surprising, to say the least.
I guess it's for longevity, I think. Most of the time, as a brand. It does, pull some leeway for them. Here is the saving grace for IntZ, though. Their lineup scales really well on late game.
Mm-hmm.
TA deals a crap ton of damage. The Broodmother,
well, I'll take
weird way
that
does.
with a grain of salt, Rupture. TA sells really good in mid game. In late game, I feel like she really falls off very quickly. Simply
The
because,
early late game, I would say no. When she gets 6 slotted,
but on the other hand, though,
5
she's
minutes
squishy behind her refraction.
Mm-hmm.
No refraction, she can't do anything. And Invoker with
Yeah,
the
but here's the
Necronomicon is
deal.
going to take it away. Shin, going to take it away. Witch Doctor's ult,
Good point.
gone.
Good.
Like, this is why TA is a weak hero at the moment, is because in the early game, sure, she's a powerhouse. She wins her lane so hard, it's not even funny. She can resist damage like nobody's business. But when she gets jumped on, and she's alone, 1v5, she gets absolutely wrecked. And not to mention all that I just mentioned, the Moonglaive will now bounce back to her, if needed.
I did forget about the Moonglaive. That's
6
actually a really
bounces.
good point.
6. I mean, it'll do less damage, but it takes
His refraction,
only
who
like...
cares?
Yeah, only instances of 5 or more damage will trigger refraction. Well, I mean, if it
it
bounces up and do
deals
5
1
damage, who cares?
It's worth it, yes.
Well, if it deals 6 damage, actually. Because if it's 5 or less, it doesn't trigger refraction.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah.
didn't know that.
You hold down the alt, and you see it, yeah. But in this patch, TA has built Blink a lot more, simply because now abilities that hit her, or damage that hits her but doesn't damage her, doesn't disable Blink. In other words, what that means is, if you have refraction up, and you get hit, you can still Blink.
Yeah.
Which was a huge buff to TA. We haven't seen her picked nearly enough, and I believe that's seriously because getting a snowball carry like this, it doesn't work as well, because you get ahead, and then there's a comeback. And that comeback is very powerful in this patch and the previous patch, so that can be a problem.
Has the same issue that Storm Spirit has. Pretty much. It's like... Well, I say that, but Storm Spirit at least is more resilient with his snowball. The thing with Templar Assassin is that it's really fickle. She's gonna snowball really hard, but as easy as it comes, as easy it's gonna go. So, yeah, I could totally see that happening. And actually, Luna does wreck a lot the TA on that. But at the same time, you do have a Slark, which could become really nasty real fast.
And they have the Rat. Now, Brood has been slowed a little bit. The average 6.83 Pro Orchid item timing is 15:37. ACC's is at 19 minutes, so a good chunk behind the average. And honestly, we're seeing a lot of more Broods go for more of a farming stance, sort of, and get that Midas, and then go into something like Dagon. That hadn't been his choice.
He's relying heavily on his timings, pretty much. He's relying heavily on, taking advantage of, well, we're 20 minutes in, how farm can your supports be? Not that much, right? So I'm just gonna try to bank on that.
The problem is Chen has a Nag.
It's the most efficient way.
And whoa, Witch Doctor has an Ags. And Fuzzy, he just pops his BKB, and they force Staff Clockwork out. He just wasted his 10-second BKB charge on, well, pretty much nothing. I mean, sure, he's alive, but this is the 10-second charge. This is the big one. The Mac Daddy.
That was questionable, or some next level mind games,
Here's the big deal, though. ACC, every time they turn around, he's like, "Hi, I'm at your racks. How's it going? Me and your racks are real cozy over here, right?"
Yeah,
it's like you leave your girl, and you like go on a trip, and you look at Facebook,
yeah.
and every time she's with some guy, not that my girl would be like that, of course not, but I've been in that situation before, you know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you're no fool. You just know better now.
That's why I got a good one now. Yeah, but
yeah, okay.
That's what it's like with the Rax and Brood.
Yeah. That's quite an analogy.
Oh, okay. Well, and speaking of the Mac Daddy of all BKB charges, we got the Mac Daddy of all detection items over here. The gym. That's what we're going to call. If you donate $200 to Truesight TV, you're officially a gym level donor. You've given us the most of Truesight we can possibly ask for.
Yeah. Oh, jump from dude.
Yeah.
Finally, he's gonna get a good initiation who doesn't end up in a complete disaster.
Oh, but Suggest with the deafening blast, the turnaround, he should be okay. Like, the crazy stuns him. He still had his ult. He can actually get over the cliff here. Oh, they can see him. There's a chin creep. Giving vision. Oh my goodness, the placement from those Invoker spirits was perfect. I don't even know what they were doing there. I don't know how they got there from the bot lane.
That's actually a really good fucking question. Like,
dude, why'd you leave
there?
Why'd you leave your spirits over there? That's so stupid. Just you wait. You'll see.
I don't think it was that mentality. It was like,
I don't think it was that either.
But the Templar assassin. Oh, by the way, there's a Slack on the run. All right, zap him. You know, that was really fortunate. /lucky/ hashtag.
I honestly want to go through the replay and see if he just forgot about him, or if that was like, I'm putting my spirits here. Who knows? Maybe Slark will just leap across. But I mean,
sure
if it works, it works.
He put those spirits there, it was just because to get some farm in the middle lane.
Yeah.
And then he forgot. It was like, oh well, I'm already here. Might as well use them, right?
Oh, he would have escaped if not for the cast bouncing off dragons. That is true, because I did notice he stopped for a second. He was taking more damage than he should have from that Witch Doctor ult. But yeah, he actually does have the Ags on the Witch Doctor ult, and he's also 7-1-3. I mean, with Broodmother, you don't really want the supports to get farmed. You want to have this Orchid and just say, I'm going to go kill him. Well, when you got an Ags on Witch Doctor this early, and he's had it. That's the really funny thing, is just that the team hasn't been starved for anything, and I want to attribute this to Billy. Billy is the most selfless support I've ever seen. Like, it's a miracle this guy actually bought a mech and didn't just stock up on Sentry Wards.
You know why that happens? It's because ACC hasn't been able to focus him and just, you know,
but I mean,
on his face.
It's a miracle he got a mech, because normally he won't let himself get something that greedy, quote-unquote, you know?
Well, he did have a really good early game, so, you know, all that assist goal doesn't stack up, you know? But yeah, if he was in a different position, or at least a more contrived position, I would say, it would, yeah, I could see him just going like, okay, yeah, I have mana boots and that's all I have. And then it would have been a really good prey to the Broodmother. I guess that also the reason why he, even if he didn't have that good early game, I feel like he still would have gone greedier than he usually goes, just because, well, it's a Broodmother on the other side. The meantime, on the bottom lane, actually 225. Going for Suggest, but the Ghost Block is just too strong, and they're gonna lose the tier 3 middle.
Yeah. And they have incredible push, and it shows no signs of stopping. Axe melts.
Oh, God. No, doo-doo.
And, I mean, TA hits hard now with the Deso.
Oh.
If you can't get those hits off, Crazy is still alive! The Lionel, it wasn't enough! All the Pride will go down, but although Pride falls, he will rise again. Mid-Rayleigh Rax gets destroyed.
Yeah.
And they're actually just gonna send him home. I know you're out. Chin will fall, but Chin has 2,400 gold. There's a Witch Doctor ulti on the other side of this.
The Samba, papa.
And Fuzzy's just like, guys, I'm gonna juke. I'm gonna wait. They have wards. They have. Oh dear. What do we do?
What now?
Team.
What now?
Team Aya's dead. What do? I'm surprised they saved Billy here, but Billy has 2,500 in the bank. I've never seen this guy hold on to this much cash.
Well, again, he got really good results on the engagements, first of all, and second of all, is like, well, dude, we need you to get fat. Why? Because it's gonna make pretty much ACC's job exponentially harder. And I mean, if on top of that is a Chen. If you're
Wait,
able to,
whoa.
Oh God, what do you? Well, okay.
I can
it's
okay, I
good,
can
it's a good
understand.
item, I'm
yeah.
just saying, like, dude, just go for an axe. Don't try to go super fancy.
This is what I'm
Just go
talking
for
about.
An axe, get ancients and just ruin Root Mother's Day. I mean,
he's too ungreedy for his own good.
yeah,
he's like,
too selfless.
Team, I have 2k gold. What do? Get an axe. No. Too expensive. I get the drum.
Dire's middle tower
And Invoker
That
takes
was a
down the bird.
really late BKB from ACC, and Invoker manages to capitalize on that. I think it was it was a 10-second BKB on top of that, so that's rough on ACC.
Yeah,
That's just not cricket.
I will say, this is a team of guys who sticks together really well, and they're kind of like old Fnatic. They're not just going to split off. Sure, they've traded supports off a couple times and whatnot, but generally, Fuzzy and Dudu for sure are going to be that perfect pair that you're going to stay with. However, that doesn't necessarily mean they're the best. And sometimes they'll make a few misplay like that. And that's where things can get ugly. However, when they pull things off, they look great.
Dear God, no.
Okay. No, Rupture. No. Think about it. Crimson Guard blocks physical damage. It doesn't matter if it's right-click attack or not. Witch Doctor ulti. Luna damage.
I'm not saying about the item per se. I'm just saying about the timing of the item.
When he's building it into Crimson Guard, assuming he does that, I think this is still worth it at this timing. Because they just need that much sustain against this team.
Alright.
In a team fight, it'll nullify damage. Necrobooks.
I'm not completely sold into it. That's all.
Okay, we'll give you time.
I mean, if he goes straight up for a Crimson non-stop, yeah, I guess that is alright.
The bounces are not mitigated? Oh, that would be news to me.
No, just the main target. Yeah, he's actually right. Which, I mean, if he is the main target, well, it's not gonna suck as much.
Oh, dear. Ulti! Has he got it? He might have it. He might... Oh, no. Nope. No.
Actually,
Oh, yeah, Axe doesn't spin if he's the main target. Okay. Learn something new every day. My apologies, then.
Yeah.
Either way, though, still... Just for himself, to buff himself up with the Crimson Guard, or whoever is the first target of the bounce, that's gonna block a lot of it.
Yeah.
His team ain't gonna be so
something
lucky,
I am noticing here is that Clockwork is really damn freaking good versus a Slark when he's ahead. I mean...
Yeah. And not to mention he's got 4k gold.
You don't have to target the Slark, so you're able to mitigate his ultimate. The Shadow Dance can get, totally nullified with a good hook shot.
Oh, so Jess getting caught out top lane. There's a finger out, an Earth Spike as well, and a big crit from TA, who actually has a ton of damage right now. No double damage rune or anything, has almost 300 with refraction up.
Yeah, but still 300. Worth it. They take out the tier 2 bottom, and well, they're
going for more.
Rax's door here.
Oh, but look at those crits. Even on creeps, I mean, that's a ton of damage. TA can clear creeps like a monster, but has 6 defensive charges up.
Taking out that Alpha Wolf is really vital here.
She just killed all of Chin's creeps in basically no time at all. Oh, we could see a turnaround here. Dudu with the call. He's got it onto a couple. Crazy misses his hook shot, unfortunately. And there's your Witch Doctor ulti. This is the problem, though. Dudu, he's already down. Broodmother fall. Same with the Lion. The bounces, they're too strong. Fuzzy, he's gonna get no HP. 44 HP remaining. Run, Fuzzy, run. Living by the peach fuzz there.
Whew. That was rough.
Don't play with my heart, IntZ.
Actually, if you notice, ACC tried a split push on top, but he focused the wrong Raxes.
Yeah.
With a few Spirons that he had, I think that was a little bit of
a misplay.
That would have been a really cheeky play if he manages to pull it off.
Okay, Fuzzy's still getting items, though, and this guy has been staying alive. He's pulling a BG's on us here, Rupture.
Oh, this is a massive item for this matchup.
Yeah, this is what I was saying. Clock had 4k gold when you were talking about him. That last fight, he got enough gold for the Scepter and then 500 to go. He needs a TP, but I think he's also okay because he has a 3,000 range hookshot. So.
I feel like the main issue for IntZ right now is the fact that, well, not now, but the main issue that IntZ had on this match in particular is the fact that Dudu's trying too hard.
Okay, that's a Scotty for Slark, though. Yeah, and he doesn't quite have the farm to do it yet. Like,
it's not that lack of farm, it's the fact that, okay, I'm gonna try to make an initiation on this hero that's alone. Oh wait, there are two guys behind him and I already blinked before actually knowing if he's alone or not, you know? That's what I feel like is really backfiring into IntZ versus blink time. 29:56 average, 23:16. So
6 minutes behind schedule.
Not horrible.
It's not awful, and I will say IntZ are definitely making a comeback. The graph does not show it; neither one does, but you can feel it because
they could make a comeback right now.
They have.
They have the potential.
The last two fights have gone much better than the first couple. Now. They've also lost half of racks, but I mean, you don't even have to take tier 1 towers to win the game, as long as you take one, and then you take the rest of the lane behind it, and you get into the ancient, you're good. You know, anything can happen. It is Dota after all. Oh, that ice wall though, that just, that hurts. You shall not pass.
Now bottom lane though.
Oh,
ooh,
they're gonna see an Aegis pop.
Out the Luna.
Dudu though, he's dropping low. He's dead. He is dead to the Maledict. They can't get a bounce off, but there it comes. Actually, they'll hex up Strap. Dudu, he's going to buy back. They do lose the TA. She's going to be forced to buy back as well. 225 in a little trouble with the top racks. They're under attack. Dire structures have been fortified. They do take the bot tower. 225 is in a lot of trouble though. He can't purge it off either. And he's going to fall. However, back on the other end of the fight.
Doing work here.
Can they kill off the crazy? They can. They get the gym. Eve. Okay, they don't need the gym. Forget the gym. Who needs it? Now Hex up Pride. This could be another big kill.
Initiation. Ow,
they're gonna find it.
Wow, that's wow.
Suggest did find the Brood up top. Yeah, I'm assuming that's what you're talking about.
Jesus Christ, that was the counter initiation of ages, man. That was just brutal. It was like, okay, he gave some space to the Brood just to get nice and personal into the racks, and all of a sudden he just sits here and just dumps everything onto the guy.
Yeah, he has Scepter.
Up dying like here.
He has Scepter, so he's got a 2-second cooldown, and he's got so much mana to work with. This is the point where, as Invoker, you're just like having fun. It's like, just how many spells can I invoke?
Spells on him, man. It was Necros on top of Forged Spirits, on top of a Meatball, on top of a Deafening Blast, and I think even a freaking he had Clarity on top of himself.
And then he he ghost walks out of nowhere, like, why?
Like, well, because I can. But damn, that was just, I think that even my computer got a little like, okay, what the hell is this spam of skills that's going on, man?
I'm sure his computer's like, pause please, I need a break.
Yeah, seriously.
Or like, I will pause for you.
You have like a shared processor. It's like, okay, well, I'm dying here.
Oh, you know? Whoa, that courier got.
But another topic, man. This witch doctor is just doing some serious work. Not only by his ultimate, but the Maliks have been just spot on. You know.
Yeah.
I mean,
Straff's
if
a
you
really good
want to
player.
know how to play a really good witch doctor, man, watch Straff. This guy knows what he's doing, man, with this hero. He's just he's dead on, man.
He's a veteran of the Brazilian scene. I know he played for Warlords a long time ago. I believe with a couple members of IntZ, maybe? It's hard to remember exactly, because it was almost a year ago now. Because I want to say Warlords disbanded right before Zotac.
Sound like that, but I'm not that knowledgeable, but I heard of them.
Can I say also these Forged Spirits for Invoker are just sick?
Yeah,
they actually throw the, yeah, they do. Infernus. I want them. I don't know where to get them. But I will find them.
I don't think it's the LGD bundle. So... better ask him on the lobby.
I'll ask him, yeah. It's a non-set one, it looks like, so...
Yeah, yeah, it's actually by himself.
Sorry about that.
But, yeah, I mean... Good stuff, and actually this jungle on top is gonna be...
the Blink! Fuzzy! Can they land the hookshot? No, they're not even gonna go for it. I'm quite surprised, honestly. But with Forge Spirits and Spiderlings and everything in the way.
Yeah, so just didn't help his teammate at all in this. So, but in the meantime, oh my god, why don't you just get an Aghanims? Dear God, Billy, you're killing me, kid.
Billy, please.
Killing me.
Hey, on the bright side, we never really get to see
items
Chan
are,
with Force Staff.
You know,
Next, you know what he's going to build next, Rupture? It's going to be... He's going to get 3 Centaurs, and he's going to get a Blink Dagger. Oh dear, Fuzzy. He BKBs, and actually they do manage to silence Straff there, thanks to the Broodmother, who will be falling now. Wait for it, wait for it! Fuzzy's not quite dead yet. Actually, he could... They don't know where he is. They have no clue. He's waiting 10 seconds. They ain't even looking in the right place. Oh no! He blinks away. They missed the hook shot. He's okay? Is he okay? He's not okay. Yes, no, he's not. He blasted his TP. It's down. He is possibly dead.
Call Semper.
He's like, can I just hit something? Nope, we're just gonna wait here and then finish you off with Clockwork and Style. Poor Fuzzy.
That was just cruel. And this is one of those things that, oh, well, but this dude manages to get the kill into Billy, but the rest of his crew is thinking otherwise.
By the way, Luna has a Scotty and 4.2k in the bank. This is... We're entering ridiculous mode.
Yeah, we're entering the Eternal Envy's nightmare paradise, pretty much. And Pride is just gonna trample in. It's like, well, oh, let me knock at your door. Wait, you don't have a door. Alright.
Let me knock at the door frame. I will say, though, I feel like IntZ got outdrafted here in the end. I was questionable on the Luna pick, but it worked out perfectly, and they're able to put up the aggression. Chin there with the heals, it's working out wonderful. Or really just the one heal, since he doesn't have Ags and clearly doesn't have any desire to have it anytime soon. I mean, I'm sure he'd love one as like a 9th item, but...
Yeah. Actually, I wasn't so questionable about the Luna pick more than probably the Clockwork was a little bit because I thought that the Slug would have an easier time dealing with him, but I guess
it worked out really well for them. Yeah. And Crazy was able to get very farmed. He's played this Clockwork beautifully. 3, 3, and 17. All the kills on this team, though, have gone over to the Witch Doctor, of all people, who is 14, 2, and 7. Everyone else on the team has 5 or less kills. It's...
Just give this guy a BKB and you pretty much are Gucci.
You know, Rupture, I'm not sure who the carry is anymore. Is it the Luna or is it the Witch Doctor?
So far has been the Witch Doctor, but I wouldn't be surprised that after that butterfly, the Luna is gonna be just taking. It's like, yeah, you did enough, man. Just let me finish it off.
And now there's a sheepstick on Invoker that we're getting to. I'm gonna sell my Midas territory. However, I will say, don't go anywhere, guys. Game 2 will be coming up. It's not over yet for Game 1, anyways. And IntZ, they've been known to try something and say, okay, that didn't work. Whatever. Let's go with Game 2. Let's make it work.
And see, this is the reason why I was questioning that banger on the Axe. Well, he's sitting on almost 3k. He hasn't finished the Vanguard, and
or the Crimson Guard.
We're
Yeah.
39 minutes in. This item right now is dead weight. Well, not dead weight, but it's like pretty much a glorified Stout Shield.
Yeah.
It's a Y.
It's a really good poor man's shield. I mean, it can block damage, but let's just see here.
It gives you regen, I guess. You know.
Luna hits for 250.
That's nice. You got that going for you.
Luna hits for 250 though, so you're blocking what, 40 damage? That's cute. Now she only hits for 210. Guess what? She still hits for 210.
She still don't care. Well, for the bounces, it's gonna be way more effective.
Yeah, of course.
But
I believe again the bounces won't be affected, will they? As Quantum was telling us. Which, by the way, big shout out to Quantum. He's been great with the stats tonight.
I'm talking about the glaives.
I believe they won't be affected either.
Oh, okay.
If Witch Doctors don't work, I'm gonna go ahead and say that Luna's probably don't too. Not to mention, Luna can get Alacrity. She then hits for over 300, and has a Butterfly also, and is about to have an Aegis. Still no Manta.
Also, she has over 300 attack speed, 330.
Suggest has just become the 7th most farmed Invoker ever in pro play by 40 minutes. Blank stat panel. A beautiful combo. Oh, and look at the positioning for Straff. He's just up on the cliff. He's like, look at it go. You can't even see me, but I'm looking at it, and it's going.
He just, as I said before, man, he just plays some samba in here, man, and just like
GG.
acting like if it was a carnival, dude. He just like, I don't give a fuck. I'm just gonna play my warning, that's all. And I mean, the guys of IntZ with.
Oh, okay. ACC DC'd before the fight, so yeah, they were calling GG there. Shout out to Quantum Stats, though. We will be right back with the second game. It is a best of 2, ladies and gents, so don't go anywhere. It's a 2-game series. And again, I'm SP Revolution 5, joined by Ruptur with a 3 instead of an E at the end for Truesight TV. You can find us on Twitter under those names. Ruptur, you might want to post your Facebook in the Twitch chat so they can find that, because the Brazilians love their Facebooks.
Ruptur Dota. So
Ruptur Dota. Yeah, SP Revolution 5 Dota for me. And then Truesight TV.
Yeah.
Yep. We appreciate the support, guys. It means a ton. And we'll be back with game number 2 in just a moment, so don't go anywhere. You're watching Truesight TV.